All right, what's going on, boys? Welcome to This Week With, by obviously always Joey Work, and our guest this week, UFC Flyweight fighter Brandon Royval. Welcome to the show, Brandon. Thanks for hopping on for a few minutes, man. We really appreciate it.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me. I'm still not used to being called a UFC fighter. It always catch me off guard. Like, oh yeah, I am now, huh?
You know what, man? That means that people can relate to you, especially UFC fans, because they would have no idea what it's like either.
Yeah. No, it's funny. It's way less cool when you have to explain and convince people that you're a UFC fighter than people just going up to you and knowing, So sometimes you're a UFC fighter. I guess so. I am now.
What's going on, Joey Work?
What's up, Jay? What's up, Brandon? What's up, everybody? Excited for the coming weeks of UFC.
Yeah, man. UFC 251 kicks off tomorrow. Going to be really exciting. Before we get Brandon's thoughts on the main card, we wanted to obviously always ask a couple questions first. And I guess we start off by saying, first and foremost, congratulations on the win against Tim Elliott. Obviously, you grab a fantastic submission against him. And I read an article saying that you actually quit your job after getting the fight bonus so you could focus full time on MMA without any distractions. Number one, is that true? Number two, if it is, how does that feel, man, to walk into your job and say, I'm out?
So you're coming in real staticky. But I think what you asked is if I quit my job, and the answer is hell yes, I did. I quit my job actually, and I got a cool sponsorship that has helped me on a month-to-month basis. You can see it here. I'm on site at EAP Glass, so I got sponsorship that are helping me out, and that have been helping me out, and I've been kind of going from there a little bit, and yeah, but I quit my job. Finally a full-time MMA fighter, and I love it, man. I can't even believe it.
All right, listen, man, do me a favor. I'm going to disconnect you, and I want you to reconnect because you're staticky also, and we can't hear you. So just hop back in real quick. All right, I don't know. We're having some issues right now. He sounded good in the beginning, and then he kind of shit the bed on us.
Yeah.
So what's going on, Joey Work?
What's going on, guys? Sounds like he was picking up you. It sounded like I was hearing you through his system.
Yeah. I'm not sure. When he first came with us, he was good to go.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get it back. Welcome in, boys, in the chat, whoever's watching, obviously at home. Big weekend. Obviously, UFC 251 tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that. Joey's looking forward to that. 4 events in 2 weeks. Going to be sick. And if you don't know already, tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, join us. We'll have the live fight cast going. It'll be a lot of fun. Make some live bets. And that's it. Let's see if we can get Brandon back. Still waiting. All right. So, yeah, we'll come in around 5 o'clock. I'm thinking a little more than an hour before the card. And then we will obviously break down the card, even though I've been talking about it basically everywhere. But, we'll obviously run through, do what we do, make some pre-fight bets, make some live bets, rip each other to shreds and have some fun.
There you go.
What fight are you looking forward to the most, Joey?
Probably Aldo Jan. I just think
Aldo Jan. Huh?
I do, yeah. I think everyone's discrediting Aldo, and it's not fair to the man, and we will see tomorrow.
All right, I think we got Brandon back. Oh no, he's still all staticky on us.
Am I staticky? Here, I'm gonna change up.
Yeah.
Where I'm at. I don't know why that's happening. Can you guys hear me or see me?
Yeah, we could barely hear you.
Okay, let me change this. See if this helps out. Sorry about that, gentlemen. That phone must be messed up. All right, can you guys hear me now? Is it better?
Not really.
Yeah, you guys are coming staticky for me. Too. I can't really hear
Let me try to hop out for a minute.
Now we got this. He has the.
Sorry about that.
Are you connected through your?
It?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Are you connected through your
I'm coming into my phone, but it's pretty static.
Yeah.
My side too.
Yeah. For some reason, I can hear Joey fine, but the problem is on your end for sure.
Are you connected through your car? Is that the problem?
Yeah, it's still shaky from my static account.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the issue is. Hopefully he can get that figured out. But if not, we could always talk about the card for a half an hour, Joey Work.
That we can, that's for sure. Maybe I'll give away my picks as well.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you give away your picks.
I mean, I
Look
haven't
out.
done it. I'm just saying I haven't done this on the show yet. I usually just wait and tweet them out, but you know.
Who give me at least one pick. Let me get a half chub at least. Get the dick wet a little bit.
I'll take the first fight of the night, Danny Grant plus 146.
Grant plus 146. I heard you talking about that actually last night on the Run Pure Sports DFS show for MMA.
Yes, sir.
There was another there was another underdog you were talking about. Was it Dos Santos?
No, Bogatov plus 150 as well.
Oh, Bogatov. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Brandon, can you hear us?
It's just super staticky.
Yeah, it's staticky on our end too, man. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Do you have your?
We haven't had an issue.
Do you have headphones at all?
No, I don't have headphones on at all, and I don't have connected to anything on the car or anything. So I don't really.
Do you have any headphones that you can connect to?
Let me try and see if I have anything here. No, I don't, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm sorry, gentlemen.
Yeah, Jake.
It's all. Yeah, what's up, Joe?
Can we have him call in?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how. I wouldn't exactly know how to play him on air unless I put him on speaker and I just put him up to the mic.
Yeah, let's try it.
All right, I'm gonna. What? Can I DM you my phone number, Brandon?
Yeah. Do that. I can. I think I heard what you're saying, but yeah, do that.
Jay, just send me it. I'll send it to him.
All right, I'll DM you on Twitter my number. Oh, all right, I'll send it to Joey. All right, Joe. Look in the private chat.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's a live show, and sometimes you need to adapt. So we're gonna try to adapt. All right, that's what we fucking do here at the Keg. So I mean, I guess I was on Sports Grid talking about the card this morning. I'll be on Pub Sports later on. Last night we did the MMA DFS show with Big T and JJ over at Run Pure Sports. I had a couple free pick videos on the Run Pure Bets YouTube channel. By now, you guys should know what I'm on and who I like. I put Joe, I put it on the private in the StreamYard.
I got it. Sorry.
All right. So yeah, by now, if you guys don't know what I'm on, you just don't listen to the Keg. I like Volkanovski. I like Usman. Unfortunately, I know that we tend to bet a lot of live underdogs and cash on our live betting show, but this week, I really do think every single favorite on the main card, there is a strong argument to be made that they will win the fight. So I think if you're looking for value from an underdog perspective, you can only look on the prelims, or you have to find a prop during the main card that you like. I chose to use a couple fighters as anchors for 2-fighter parlays on the main card. And that's how I am personally going to approach the event. Haven't made a decision if I'm going to bet anybody on the undercard yet. I mean, we normally always find a way to get on something on the live betting show. I think Leonardo Santos has a really good chance to get the job done for sure. What do you think about that fight, Joe?
He's fighting Roman Bogatov. I'm on Bogatov plus 150. This guy's 40 years old. He's fought one time. That might be Brandon.
Oh, is he really?
Fought one time since 2016, and everyone's all over him. Everyone's all over Leonardo Santos. I know I get he's undefeated in the UFC and whatnot, but man, I am.
Brandon, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear him, Joe, on your end?
Yeah, I can hear him. Can you turn it up a little, Jay?
That's about as high as I could make it. All right, Brandon. So what's going on, buddy?
Not much. I'm sorry about all that. I feel like maybe I was in like a bad area for sex or something.
Yeah. Can you guys in the chat hear Brandon at all?
Yeah, we could hear him.
Yeah. All right. So obviously, all right, good. It's good for them. So first and foremost, man, congratulations on the win against Tim Elliott. Obviously, you grab a great submission against him. And like I was saying earlier, we read an article that said, you got the fight bonus. You got a huge win for your career. And you ended up, you didn't want any distractions. You decided to train and fully dedicate all your time to the sport. And you quit your job. So, number one, that's obviously true, right? And that must have felt great.
Yeah, it's awesome. I got like a really cool sponsorship that helps me out on a month-to-month basis called the People Hat. They kind of heard that, like what I was saying, and I think it kind of saw it for me. I pulled on a lot of heartstrings unintentionally, but like I said, I was more disappointed in my performance than thinking I deserve money, just about money.
Nice. Go ahead, Joey.
So I know before your fight with Tim Elliott, you were scheduled to fight on the Contender Series versus Jerome Rivera. I was wondering what went through your mind when you got the call to skip the Contender Series and fight Tim Elliott on short notice on UFC Fight Night.
It was like kind of shock a little bit because I need to get a lot of stuff done quick. But it was a little bit of shock, man. I was super grateful right off the bat, and as soon as I got the call, I shouldn't have Xander called me like, all right, who are we facing, kind of thing. And she told me that we're facing Elliott. And yeah, right then that's enough to like, I don't know, motivate you, all that stuff. I was super like mainly in awe and just I had to get all this, and then I had to work later on that night, so I need to get rest too. So.
All right, so if it's okay with you, we're just going to ask you a couple of your thoughts on the UFC main card, UFC 251, and then we'll get you out of here real quick. The first fight is Paige Van Zandt versus Amanda Ribas. This fight was originally scheduled for March, but since the pandemic happened, it's been pushed back. Van Zandt's a big betting underdog, and she's on her last fight of her UFC contract. She also hasn't fought since January 2019. Amanda Ribas gave Mackenzie Dern her only loss. She's 3-0 officially in the UFC and beat Randy Marcos decisively back in March in between. How do you see this one going?
Between those two, I'm not really sure. I kind of like Amanda Ribas in this fight, honestly, but I'm not really sure how it's going to play out that one specifically. I don't have like all my homework on either one of the two.
Yeah, I agree with that completely, man. I don't see how Ribas doesn't get it done. Next fight, obviously, a women's strawweight fight between two former champions. and Rose. For me, man, I've been looking forward to it for over a year. I had a lot of money on Rose Namajunas the first time that they fought, and she clearly was destroying Jessica Andrade in the exchanges right up until she was picked up and dropped on her head. I just don't see a reason why, as long as Rose is hyper aware of not letting Andrade get a hold of her, she should take a 3-round decision down pretty easily. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I couldn't agree anymore on that. Rose has been so awesome in that fight, and I think her being so creative and so dynamic in that fight is what was also the end of her. She definitely risked something maybe because too big of a risk. But that being said, she was doing awesome, and Rose is nothing but like a star, and she's a Colorado girl too, so I gotta support my own, but she's awesome.
Yep, so the next fight is Aldo versus Jan. Jan's impressive 6-0 in the UFC with wins over John Dodson, Jimmy Rivera, and most recently Uriah Faber. After Henry retired, UFC basically let Peter pick his opponent for this fight, and he chose Aldo. Aldo's obviously a legend in this game off back-to-back losses to Alexander Volkanovski and Magic Marlon Moraes. Arguably, I believe Marlon's probably the best bantamweight in the world, and Volkanovski can possibly show tomorrow that he's the best featherweight. Or do you think people are selling Aldo short here? What do you think about this one?
I think, I want Aldo to win with all my heart because, he grew up watching Aldo kill it. But, I want Aldo to win. I think I have Aldo fight, actually. Just dynamic with the striking, uses his kicks really well. So does Peter Yan, and Peter Yan has, obvious power. I wouldn't bet money on it, but I see Aldo winning it, man. I think he can be creative. I think he can get the job done. And, I hope for that championship experience and all that going into this fight, but I'm not too sure. I'm not a betting man on that fight for sure. And on the next fight with Max Holloway versus whatever his name is.
Alexander Volkanovski. Yeah, that's the next fight, featherweight championship. I basically repeated myself all week. Listen, I'm a really big fan of Max Holloway. I mean, it's hard not to be. He goes down as one of the greatest UFC champions ever. But what I keep coming back to, I don't understand what Max Holloway is going to do different from a game plan perspective to change the outcome that happened 7 months ago, especially when he hasn't been able to train the way he's used to. He's even said that he's been training over Zoom calls for a couple months. So, Alexander Volkanovski doesn't wow you, but he does everything fundamentally like a machine. So, in my opinion, I think, Volkanovski gets the job done again. Which way do you lean here?
I think a lot of matchups kind of determine the champion, and I always think Max Holloway is one of the best to ever do it, and I'll say that to the end. But I still got Max Holloway, but I think Alexander Volkanovski is coming from City Muay Thai, right?
City Kickboxing, with with Israel Adesanya, yeah.
I think when it comes to that gym, man, that's so great at calf kicks and all that stuff, and I think that played a big advantage for him in that fight. Is those kicks, but that calf kick alone, man, cripples people. It'll put you down, man. And I don't know. I think Holloway in the fight, man. I hope that he doesn't get kicked in the calf too much. I hope that he gets those hands off, keeps his range. But like I said, I'm not a betting man on this fight, but I want Max Holloway to win it, and I hope Max Holloway wins it. And I think he has the skill to get the job done.
Liking the two underdogs. I love it. I love it.
Now the most much anticipated main event, Kamaru Usman, Jose Masvidal. Dana said this is the most anticipated fight since Conor Nate. I know these two have some bad blood. Usman ran through everybody put in his path, including Colby Covington, Tyron Woodley, Rafael Dos Anjos. Is Jorge the next to add to this list? I think Usman may try to wrestle in this fight rather than stand and bang with Jorge. I know he's a late replacement. He's off a 3-fight win streak, and including a 5-second knockout of Ben Askren. I think Jorge is going to try to stand and bang and try to pick him apart. How do you see this one going?
Oh man, did you predict a winner on that? I didn't hear that part.
I did.
Who do you think wins, Joey?
I think Usman wins.
I think Usman wins too, personally, Brandon.
Yeah, man. If I bet money, I would say Usman just because, like, damn, man, what a style, what a pace. That sucks to deal with. That's like a fluid striker and someone who just gets like, I don't know, who's just like a great striker like that. Your striking goes down. Someone takes you down, you have to pop back up, and then you have to worry about that. And it's not like Usman's a bum on the feet, man. He can get the job done. I mean, but as far as today, man, I'm going all underdogs for today, man. I'm saying my boy, hey, gets that knockout. Our TKO, or hopefully land something awesome and get the job done for us. I think fucking Maxwell's a little bit Usman too, man. I'm not like I don't I don't know, man. I'm not positive on that. I don't know the psychology of what's going on in Usman's head, but I think Jorge Maxwell's a little bit in his head, and I think he can get that job done, man.
All right. Well, I like it, bro. Thanks for. We will definitely get you on again. Obviously, when your video is good to go. Before we get you out of here, are there any sponsors that you want to shout out or plug?
Yeah, man. I want to thank EP Glass. Like I said, man, they helped me out like with this decision. I'm such a busy when it comes to taking risks. They helped me out with the decision to quit my job and help me pursue that, and it's so great for me, man. It's a great opportunity. I want to thank Pure Native, which is a Colorado local CBD psychology business thing. He does a great job and chasing the dream and stuff, and I aspire to be like that in my job, you know what I'm saying? So just those two businesses specifically, man, are doing great things for me and great things for the community.
All right, well, thank you very much, Brandon.
Hold on. Before we get you out of here, I just want to say thank you for I cashed on you. I did bet on you in the last fight, plus 150. Thank you. I just wanted to say get that out of there.
All right. Well,
we did it together.
We appreciate you coming on, bro. And I'll definitely we'll get you back soon for sure after the next UFC win next time on video. You have anything scheduled?
No, I'm trying to get him August 15th really bad. I want that fight specifically, or that card specifically as well.
All right. Well, we'll be looking for you, man.
Cool. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you guys.
All right. Later. All right. Well, unfortunately, we couldn't get Brandon on video. We tried 3 times. But there you have it. UFC Flyweight Brandon Royval joins the show. So that's not bad, man. That we got Frankie Edgar joined the show. Brandon Royval joined the show. Frankie Perez joined the show. Joey Works got guests on deck for days.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I got a list of people ready to come.
You got to pull for that kid, bro.
Oh yeah.
How do you not pull for that kid?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Next time, obviously. Yeah, good.
I don't know if you know his job. So basically, he's working at a detention center, helping like in trouble youths. That was his job. So he,
oh, okay,
stand up dude.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's really cool. Yeah, obviously we will have UFC fighter for you guys next Friday night. There was somebody in the chat that was like, who are these people? Well, JJ, who obviously used to run the Sports with Facts channel, asked me and my guys at the Sports Keg to merge together to form the sports betting section of Run Pure Sports. And that's who we are. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of content moving forward from the Sports Keg. We'll be on tomorrow. We'll be on Sunday with the live betting show that put us on the map. And that's it. So Joey Work, let me get those picks, bro.
All right. So we're taking Danny Grant plus 146. We're taking Roman Bogatov plus 155. Then we got Zaleski, Salikov versus Salikov, not to go the distance, minus 125. Then I got a parlay, Rose money line. We're with Henry Amirkhani to start second round, plus 107. And then we're taking Jose Aldo plus 197.
You're gonna fade Jan, huh?
Yes, no doubt.
How dare you?
I already put all my bets in. I'm hype. I'm so ready.
How dare you?
How
Okay?
dare me? Okay, you
That
talk,
kid on the
talk to
come
me
up
tomorrow.
is
Let's talk tomorrow, and then we'll say how
that
dare
kid
who.
on the come up. Let me tell you something.
On
That
the
kid
come
on the
up.
come up is legit.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Put,
We'll see.
Put some respect on that name, Joey Work.
Put some respect on Jose Aldo's name. Being the underdog versus the guy, the best person he beat was Jimmy Rivera and washed up Uriah Faber. So we're giving him 2-1 dog odds.
You know what, Joe? You know, I'm sick of your shit.
Me and
all
Twatty
right?
are gonna be laughing. Me and Twatty are gonna be laughing.
Greenback says, thanks for explaining without getting offended. Anytime, man. That's why we're here for. And you're going to see a lot of us. So hopefully you enjoy the content. And the only thing I can promise you is that we win a lot more than lose. Over the last 12 months, we have crushed it on the live betting show. Listen, Joe, what I will say is there has been, if there is one fight on the main card where a little bit of doubt has crept into my mind, if I'm being honest, it has been the Jose Aldo Petr Yan fight, because as good as Yan has looked, and there's no bones about it, he has looked legit, and he looked really good in the last MMA promotion that he fought in. But you know, it's a valid argument that his level of competition has not been great, right?
Yeah,
so I completely understand where you're coming from. I just think that sometimes you could tell somebody is special even when they fight a lower level of say about Joe Aldo is he looks like he is dramatically aging fight to fight. Like, you would have never saw Marlon Moraes be able to Jose Aldo down in round 1 6 years ago, 5 years ago. There's no doubt in my mind that he has lost a step. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying. The guy was like one of the 3 best pound for pound fighters in the sport for about a 7-year stretch. So even if he got slightly worse, he's still like top 10 elite level. So I agree with you. I just think that there is a serious case to be made for Yan. That's all I'm saying.
All right, you could lay the minus 240 on Yan.
Well, I'm not.
I'm
not betting him.
Yeah, I got you. I'm saying like Yan handpicked Aldo, so that's, I mean, someone he thinks he has an advantage over. Okay, that's out the door. So obviously, I think Aldo feels some disrespect towards that, and this might, like if he loses this fight, that could be he could take his gloves off and put him in the middle of the ring at the end of the fight. So he actually, he did definitely have to take off all his clothes to make weight and whatnot. But, I can't throw Aldo out here. They're really doing a disservice. Even Yan, who's Yan going to fight next? He's going to fight, if he wins this fight, he's going to fight Aljo. And if
we're being honest, Aldo doesn't even deserve to be in the fight.
No,
that fight should be Yan. I guess because technically Marlon won on the cards. You're probably right. It probably should be Marlon, and the winner of that fight should get Aljo after he beats Sanhagen. So yeah, I mean, Aldo, it's all gravy for Aldo because he doesn't even deserve to be there.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but I agree with you. I do think that there's a really good shot that we see every single favorite on the main card win. But if there was one that I was like, you know what, if I have to lay off one of these fights, it's probably going to be the Yan Aldo fight, because I think I agree with you. Even though I think Yan is going to win, that's a dog or pass spot. I just don't see how you can lay that kind of money on Yan, because you're asking him to fight the best opponent that he's ever fought, and he has to fight extremely well to win that fight, right? So you can't lay 240 on a fighter in that spot.
Absolutely not.
So I agree with you there. I really like your your look on round 2 to start in the Amir Khani fight, I think, you can pretty much listen. There's nothing that's a lock and there's nothing that's a guarantee. But the way that those two guys fight, I would be shocked if that doesn't get to the second round.
Yep, parlay that with Rose, and we're in plus money.
Let me ask you a question. What is the line on that alone?
Actually, I have that on. That's on FanDuel. Let me pull it up on my phone real fast.
Yeah, Tyler asks, any chance that Jan knocks him out? Definitely, there's a chance.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that kid's got real power. So I think so. And I think that Jose Aldo's striking game has taken a serious hit because all of a sudden he stopped throwing his legs a couple of years ago. Why did he stop throwing leg kicks? He was so much better, bro. He was so much better when those foundational leg kicks were a big part of his striking game because it set up a lot of exchanges. But recently, I have not seen him throw many kicks.
Yeah, so to start round 2 is minus 280.
I love that bet. I would much rather lay the 280 on that Amir Khani fight starting round 2 than I would lay the 240 on Jan. 100%.
Yep, you parlay that with Rose. We're at plus 107.
I got to be honest though. I didn't see a ton of underdogs that I liked on the card. I still have to watch fight tape. When I did the Run Pure show last night, there were 3 or 4 fights on the undercard that I wanted to make sure I watched a little bit of fight tape before Saturday's show. But I didn't see a ton of underdogs that I really liked. Normally we're good to hit 2 underdogs minimum on our live betting show. But so you have bet more dogs than I have in this in this card. Why don't you like Dos Santos?
Dos Santos? You're saying
yeah.
Leonardo
Celestino Dos Santos. Yeah.
Oh. I mean, he's 40 years old. He fought one time since 2016.
No, that's Leonardo Santos.
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, no, I like that fight, but he's fighting Salikov, who is a banger.
Yeah, Muslim Salikov. Yeah,
yeah, he's a banger. He's a Mark Henry product. I know he's been training out here with these guys in Jersey. I think I got the under. You could take Tanako distance minus 125 or under 2.5. Is probably like maybe 110, minus 110, somewhere around there. But I'm just taking that because I kept going back and forth on that one. Salikov, he can knock somebody out real fast. He gets them. And both these guys, I know one of the last 5 for Oleski has went to the decision. And then 2 of 16 pro fights of Muslim Salikovs that went to the decision.
Let me tell you what concerns me. What concerns me about taking him is that he struggles against guys that have like legitimate power wrestling games. He struggled in that Garcia fight as soon as the takedown started, right? A little bit. And when he starts worrying about whether he's going to strike and in an exchange, or he has to worry about the takedown, it becomes pretty easy for you to be able to take him down. And, Zaleski Dos Santos at least has that next level of his game, aside from that, striking power that he has. He's a pretty solid chain takedown guy that's got a really good power wrestling game. And that's what concerns me about taking Salikov. Because, and you know what, even on the feet, right? Don't you get the vibe that he's almost too cautious, like patient to a fault, where he's always looking for like those 2 or 3 big bombs every single round? You know what I'm saying?
He's 36 years old, so that's the way I think he thinks in his head is how he's going to get it done. Yeah. And
yeah. So you're not worried. You're not worried about the wrestling game at all, then?
I mean, if he takes him down, maybe I get a submission, but I definitely think it's going to be it's not going the distance. What's the Salikov will gas if it comes to it on the if they're wrestling. I just like the under there just in case they do stand up and Salikov catches them with something. I'd rather just take my chance in the under.
What do you think about the Volkan Oezdemir Jiri Prochaska fight?
That one's tough. I kept going back and forth. I know Jiri stopped 8 of his last 10, so I think if Jiri wins, it's going to be probably in the first round. If not, Volkan will probably win the fight, but I just keep going back and forth in that one, so I didn't make anything official.
Initially, I think that kid, right, is probably one of the 4 or 5 best prospects at 205, probably in the world. I definitely respect his game, but as athletic and as physical as he is, the downside is that he's extremely raw and not technical at all. So I think I agree with you. There's a really good chance we see a stoppage in the fight, whether it's from Volkan Oezdemir or it's from Prochaska. But it's hard to not lean towards Oezdemir. He's still a legitimate contender at 205. He's way more technically sound, and he has improved his game a lot over the last 2 years, especially his counter striking. So I have to have a lean towards Volkan Oezdemir for sure.
Yeah, that's the way I would lean too. Just because, this guy has knocked out 8 of his last 10 have been stopped in the first round. He's just been knocking everybody out over there in Reason. But I'm not sure this matchup really fits him. I wish they gave him someone lower level that we can see, him show his power and then give him Volkan. But throwing him in right here, I can't do either side here. Even though I do leave Volkan like you, but
I know that you like Roman Bogotov, right? But here's my reason for liking the other side. If this guy was anything close to the form that he had a year or two ago, that line would probably be minus 260, not the line that we have now. And Bogotov's best thing he's got going for him is his grappling game. And he's going up against a guy that's a 4th degree black belt in jiu-jitsu that's just better than he is on the ground. Now, he did fight in 2019, and then before that, you're right, the last time he fought was 2016. But there's an argument to be made that the only reason you're getting this big of a discount on Leonardo Santos is because of the fact that he's only had 2 fights in the last 4 years, right? Because if he's close to form, bro, I don't see how he does not roll through this kid.
All right. Well, I'm on the other side. I'm taking the elite wrestler. I cannot take a guy 40 years old who's fought one time since 2016. He's fought one time. He definitely has the size and striking advantage as well. So that's kind of scary. But I think Roman will probably get it to the ground and hopefully get a sub. I know he's got this crazy. I forget exactly, but I watched his last 2 fights. He had some crazy chokes outs. So I really just hope he gets to the ground to start and just gets him out of there early. And then you guys can all bet on Leonardo dos Santos when he's fighting somewhere else next time.
Well, I'm not going to bet the fight, so I'll probably be rooting for you because I know that you bet it. But I just would not be surprised if Santos is still game. It wouldn't surprise me if he beat Bogotov.
Did you see him at the weigh-ins at all?
I did, yeah. I watched it this morning.
Yeah, Bogotov definitely looked better.
Yeah, that's true.
Body-wise, I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm just gonna probably end up rooting for you because I'm not gonna bet that fight. What do you? I think I don't know if there's any other fights I really want to touch on. Did you look at Vanessa Mello, Carol Hosa?
Yeah, I lean the favorite in that, but 7 of the last 8 stopped for Rosa. She's 1-0 in UFC, 4-1 last 5. She's going against Vanessa Mello, who's fought 5 times in 2019. Good for her, 0-2 in the UFC and all of her last 9 to decision. But yeah, I kept going back and forth, but the odds, I mean, she's minus like 250. I definitely lean Rosa, and she's probably going to win by decision. But
she threw 350 strikes in a fight, bro.
Yeah,
120 in a round. Imagine. Do you know the pace that she's going to set? See, I like Vanessa Mello. I do. Like, I think that she's got an awesome snap to the jab. I think she's a really good, solid counter striker in the pocket. But the girl she's fighting throws like four nations, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, how else do you get to 350 strikes in a fight? So if the fight goes the distance, right, how did the judges not lean towards a person that puts out that kind of output? That's the only thing that's stopping me from taking a small shot on the dog.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. She's going to win by decision. But I'm not laying the 250 just to pick her money line. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, boys. I guess that's it. Joe, let me ask you a question. Are you going to join us at all tomorrow?
Possibly. So, my sister, I married my sister during this whole pandemic, and the party is tomorrow. So, I'll see how many cocktails I have.
Yeah, you know what? My bad.
I
forgot that you told me that already.
Yeah,
we have enough people, man. Enjoy the party. Like, don't come home just to hop on the Fightcast. You know what I mean? If you're home and you want to jump on, great. But if you're drunk and enjoying the party, then just stay there and be drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I put my bets in already, so I don't touch them tomorrow when I start having cocktails.
All right. Well, we're out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow around 5:00. We'll be on the Run Pure Bets channel. All of our content now will no longer be at the Sports Keg YouTube channel. It will be at the Run Pure Bets channel moving forward. All we need are sports to start up, and there is going to be a ton of content. So we're excited about it. The website launches August 1. And other than that, that's it. Joey, thanks for joining us. Brandon Royval, although we couldn't get him on video, we will one day. Thank him for joining us. And I guess that's it. Other than that, if you don't know, now you know. Joey Work, good luck tomorrow, buddy.
Thanks. Peace out, guys.
All right, later.